Hi, my name is Gwynne Evans-Lomayesva. I'm a researcher with the National Congress of American Indians Policy Research Center, and I lead the National Congress of American Indians Census Information Center. Like many other folks, the National Congress of American Indians had lots of fun and exciting in-person plans for 2020 Get Out the Count. The National Congress of American Indians, CIC, had planned to visit tribal nations in each of the NCAI regions to build trust with the tribal communities about census data and educate on the importance and usefulness of census data. The nation experienced wildfires, hurricanes, and of course, a global pandemic. The pandemic made our plans impossible as travel was halted and many tribal nations closed their borders to protect their communities. We needed to find a different way to educate on the usefulness of census data and encourage participation and provide tribal nations with the tools to track their own internal efforts. To emphasize the usefulness of census data, the NCAI Policy Research Center produced documents and webinars on the key uses of census data for tribal nations. We also produced weekly updates for each of the NCAI regions with the self-response rates for the tribal nations in those regions. The weekly updates were able to be used by tribal leaders and community members to assess how their internal efforts were progressing. We also compared weekly self-response rates to the final 2010 self-response rates to encourage tribal nations to surpass their 2010 numbers.